What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another live stream. We are going to continue our around the United States journey today. Our last flight, we took off from Dallas Fort Worth, and we flew into Charlotte Douglas, or yeah, Charlotte Douglas, and then now we are going to be flying from Charlotte into Washington Dulles. I only have time for a little short flight tonight. Got to get up early tomorrow to run some errands, and I had to run some errands today. So just wanted to hop on and do a little short flight for you. So like I said, we are going to be flying to Washington Dulles tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting everything prepped. And while I'm doing that, let's go ahead and request for all of our services. So we're going to need our jetway. Operate the jetway. And worldwide flight services, that's fine. And let's see, we're going to do the default entry and confirm that. And then we're going to go ahead and request for baggage to start getting done. So let's request for let's see what I need. Actually, let's request for a refueling. So he's going to come out, he's going to refuel us, and then while he's doing that, we're going to go ahead and get everything else set up in our CDU. So let's go back here, go to FMC, and yeah, we know that's good. All right, so our arrival departure, or our route, sorry. We're going to be departing Charlotte Douglas. And we're going to depart via, let's go 36 Center. And then our destination is going to be Washington Dulles. So KCLT-KDCA. All right, and then our arrival departure out of Charlotte is going to be the Killings 4 departure with a Audi transition, and then our legs are gonna go Audi, then Waves, and then Capes 3. So let's look at our arrival. Capes 3, I want to do, what runway was it that I was gonna do? Let me look. I believe it was gonna be runway 19. So Capes 3 with a Waves transition, and it's going to be ILS runway 19. Okay, so that's plugged in there. And let's fix this route discontinue, whatever it's called. And let's go ahead and throw the frequency into our nav1 radio. So for runway 19, it's going to be 108.5, 108.5. There we go. And then the course for that is 186. So let's go ahead and throw that on there. And it looks like we have a couple of controllers on. We got Cleveland Center, DC Center, and then Jacksonville Center. Jacksonville Center, we shouldn't be talking to him because it was Atlanta Center that got us into Charlotte. So won't have to talk to him, but we will have to talk to DC Center when we get close to Washington Dulles. So is 186 is the course. So that's in there now. And let's see now. Last second, I don't need it anymore. Alright. So now we're going to wait for our field truck to get here. And our cruising altitude today is going to be flight level 270. So let's throw that in there for the cruising altitude. And reserve. Let's go with cost index. Got that in there. And then we'll put everything else in there once the once they get done giving us fuel. Take off. Well. Okay, so we gotta wait to put our wait for them to put the fuel on here, and then we can do our rest of our programming. Now let's see. Okay, hour limits. Valid entry. Let's go right here. Go back, because now it's starting to give me a fit. Okay, that's good to go there. So 3.2. Keep saying invalid entry. So I wonder why it's doing that to us. It's not giving us our CG. Let's go back here and make sure I didn't miss anything. Alright, what door is it? Refuel system. Oh, so it looks like our fuel truck is at the aircraft now, so he's going to go ahead and give us our fuel. So let's go back to the menu and do that. 3%. Okay, so he's gonna start filling us up. Pretty good mix. I don't know what this is. 17.02.3%. There we go. Alright, so initial route legs. Okay, so we got everything programmed in here. It took a little bit. That was actually kind of weird. That was acting funky like that for us. But we are good to go now. It looks like he just got done fueling us up. Let me make sure. Yep. So he's done fueling us up. We're going to go ahead and use another program that I use called FS Passengers. So let's start a flight. And we are going to be flying to KDCA, Ronald Reagan, Washington. Says our destination. And go ahead and put our packs on there. And some of the bags are not going to be making it today. So it's a lesser of the two evils. Either the packs don't get to where they want to go, or the bags don't get to where they want to go. So we'll do that, and we'll let them load take 2 minutes to load. Go to menu and open up the front door. The door is opening up at this time. .5 CG. So let's go back over here. There we go. So we need 6.31 on the trim wheel. So the passengers are loaded on the aircraft at this time. I gotta pay some rancy music for them. I don't even like that music. Let's see, our initial, it was what? 149, 157, okay. Alright, so there we go, 157 there. Go back to our legs page. And let's brighten up the main instrument panel because it's kind of dark, can't see squat. Alright, looks like the passengers are aboard, so I'm going to go ahead and call for our request for the pushback truck to come out. So we're going to do nose left, tail right, and no. So they're going to come out here, they're going to get ready to push me back. And I'm going to have to go ahead and start firing up the APU because I'm going to be turning off the ground power here in a second. Or disconnecting ground power. So let's go ahead and fire up the APU. I'm going to turn the APU bleed off and everything else is off. The left pack, right pack, and the bleeds. So make sure those are off. So we're just waiting for the APU to spool up, and then we'll be good to go there. So I hope everybody's having a great Saturday evening or Sunday morning, wherever you are at. Test the fire. Alright, that's good to go. So we got APU power now, so I'm going to go ahead and switch that on and disconnect the ground power. So menu, action, ground connections, get rid of all those. Alright, so we are on APU power now, and we're going to go ahead and turn on our anti-collision light. And turn on all of our other lights because we're going to need them here in a sec.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Okay, I turned on the anti-collision light. Why is it not on yet?
Parking brakes.
Try this again.
Release parking brakes. Release parking brakes.
I'll release parking brake in a second, buddy. Hold on.
Release parking brakes. Release parking brakes.
One second, guys.
Release parking brakes. Release parking brakes.
One second. Stop with the release parking brake. We're going to release them in a second.
Release parking brakes.
Before I do that, I got to look at one more thing. I got to look and see what the field elevation is for Washington Dulles.
Release parking brakes.
So let's see. Get up there.
Release parking brakes.
Elevation is 14 feet, and the runway that we're going to be doing is runway 19, so it's okay. So field elevation 14 feet. Alright, that's good to go there. And I'll go ahead and release the parking brake because he's going to keep screaming at me.
All engines clear. Start at will.
So we're going to start our push. And I'm going to go ahead and start firing up these engines. So APU bleed is on. APU start APU. So let's try this. Turn that off. Go. So start APU and toggle APU light. There we go. Toggle 1 and 2 bleeds are off. Right packs left. Turn on the anti-collision light. Fuel cutoff switch is on. Engine 1 bleed. Turn that on, and then we'll go ahead and fire up engine 1. So engine 1's going to go ahead and start spooling up there. And we're going to go ahead and set our flaps for takeoff. Alright, it sounds like we got one good engine start. So we'll turn our left pack to auto. And we will toggle generator 1. Generator 1 is toggled. Now we will go ahead and right bleed on. And we will start engine. Oh, right bleed on, fuel switch up. And go ahead and start engine 2. Engine 2 is going to start spooling. And right now I have no clue why the anti-collision light is not wanting to work. Looks like we got 2 good engine start. Alright, switch has gone back and we'll turn generator switch on and we will turn the APU bleed off and we are good to go at this time. Well, yeah, that's baffling me why the daggone anti-collision light isn't turning on. So I'm going to go ahead and tune in DC Center on the radio as well because we're going to need him in a bit. DC Center is 133.72. So we'll throw him on there because we will need him in a bit. And for the time being, we'll just use the advisory channel 122.8. And we'll leave that squawk code in there for right now. Alright, looks like the pushback truck is getting out of the way. We got our flaps set for takeoff. So we are ready to taxi out. So let's go ahead, turn on our taxi lights. Go ahead and turn on our transponder and squawk mode Charlie. Always got to remember squawk mode Charlie or they won't be able to see us. And before we take off, we want to make sure we got our auto throttle on, got our LNAV, VNAV. Flight director on. LNAV. And VNAV, I'll hit that once we get up in the air. So while we're taxiing out, let me look at one more thing. I had said that the field elevation is 14 feet and 7169 is the length. So let me go down here and arm that real quick. The length was 71. Stop real quick. 7196. Is that what it was? Yep, 7169. So the length is going to be 7169 for our landing. So 7169. Enter that. And then the elevation was 14 feet. 14. Enter that. Alright, so we're good there. I just wanted to make sure I had that programmed in for our landing. So we're going to go ahead and continue our taxi. Go here to first officer seat and see if I can flip the anti-collision light from up there, because I don't even know why it's not turning on. Yeah, it's not wanting to turn on. That is weird. So we're going to hold short of this runway right here and make sure there's nothing coming in on final. It's good on that side. And it's good on this side. So we're going to go in and proceed. Alright, so we're coming up to our runway for departure. Alright, so we're going to hold short right here. We're going to go ahead and turn on our takeoff lights. Alright, so it looks like we are good to go. After takeoff, we're going to be heading to the Munby waypoint. Matter of fact, before I take off, let me just double check one thing. Zoom out. So our heading, we're gonna need to turn. That way to connect to Munby. So as soon as we get off the ground, I'll hit VNAV heading, and then we'll proceed on. So let's go ahead and get it. There we go. Alright, all throttles set, so we're going to go ahead and proceed on down the runway. Rotate. Gear up. There we go. Go ahead and bring our flaps up. Got to take off. Double check. Flaps are up. Landing gear is up and locked. Speed brake is armed. And now we're proceeding on to Washington Dulles. I'm going to go ahead and tune in DC Center because I will be in their airspace. Let's see. Let's see when I'm going to be in their airspace. I'll be in their airspace here in a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and tune them in.
Delta 12 is going to maintain 3,000.
Descend maintain 3,000, Delta 21.
Southwest 488, for reference, do you want the ILS or the Midway 10, sir?
You can give me a visual, that's fine.
Southwest 488, Roger, is going to maintain 4,000, fly heading 010.
010, 4,000.
So we're proceeding on to Washington Dulles.
American 2773, just to maintain 4,000. Delta 1221 at 3,000, reduce it to 170 knots.
Alright, so we don't need to listen to them right now because we're not in their airspace yet. I just wanted to make sure that we did have a controller on. But we're currently climbing up to our cruising altitude of 270. And then we're going to be heading into Washington Dulles. So I hope everybody's having a great Saturday evening or morning, wherever you are at. This is our second flight that we've done for today. First flight was out of Dallas-Fort Worth into Charlotte. And now we're just heading into Washington Dulles. Just want to do a little short one for y'all before I head to bed. So the aircraft we're flying tonight is the PMDG 737 with the new United Airlines 2019 paint scheme on it. I like the aircraft. I used to fly it years ago, but ever since I got FSX Steam Edition, I never reinstalled it. But I just reinstalled it and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love this plane. Everything works on it. The LNAV, the VNAV, auto land, which I still haven't mastered the auto land on this thing yet. But a good guy who was the last one who followed my stream, Cizade, he is an actual 737 pilot, and he instructed me on what I was doing wrong as far as doing the auto land. So we're going to test that out, test that theory out on our approach into Washington Dulles. We're about to pass 10,000 feet, so I will be shutting off my landing lights, and the aircraft is going to start climbing. So we're climbing up to 15,000 feet. Then we're going to proceed on to our cruising altitude of 270. For a second, I thought the aircraft was starting to descend because it looked like the horizon was going up, meaning that my nose was going down. So I'm like, wait a minute. But it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing, so I'm cool with that. So it looks like we got the sun getting ready to come up on the horizon over there. It's a beautiful view. I think I need to put my check IR in a different spot because it's not really capturing my sensor unless my sensor's not on my hat right. There we go. Sensor wasn't on my hat right. There we go. I love using the track IR to look around the cockpit. Alright, so I'm going to change this music up because that's not the one I typically like to listen to. Let's go with... Let's see what's on the 24/7 streaming channel. Even though I know a commercial's about to pop up here. That'll work. Hey, Avocado Flight, how you doing there, buddy? And yeah, I love Track IR. Been using it for years. Shoot. Actually, before I even got Track IR, I actually made my own head tracking device. It was a software called Free Track, but you had to have a battery pack and IR lights, and you had to take out the infrared filter on a webcam in order to get it to work. So it did the job, but I just didn't want to have like a battery pack strapped to the back of my head. So what are you doing, Avocado Flight? Are you doing any flights right now, or are you just chilling out watching streams? Yeah, I love the hat tracking one. I have the one that you can connect to like your headphones or whatever, and it has some lights on the side where you can move, but for some reason I couldn't get that one to work, so I just stick strictly with the hat tracking one. Just chilling right now watching, might do one in a bit. Okay, did you you were the one who were saying you were going to watch the Sharks game, right? Did you end up watching it? Oh wow, horrible game. Sorry to hear that. So we're about to reach our transition altitude, which is good because that means we are right on the money with the VNAV. That's beautiful, looking at the sun come up right there. So where are you thinking about flying to today, if you get on? Let me make sure I'm not about to hit Washington's airspace. I am in Washington's airspace, so let's go ahead and hit them up.
Okay. Yes, sir. American 2773 proceed Fergie, cross Fergie out of 3002 RNAV runway 19 approach.
We didn't have Fergie in our road test, so we're now at S&P.
Oh, hurry up.
Take whatever we can.
Good day, DC Center, United 1021 with you. Flight level 211 for 270.
United 1021 Washington. I'm actually closing real soon. You can change to my 122.8.
Roger that, going Unicom on 122.8. Thanks for your service. See you.
American 27.
Alright, well, he's closing up, but at least I did my due diligence and checked in with him. Because typically, if you don't check in with the controller, they will ping you, send you a message, and then you're looking like a butt crack for not paying attention to what airspace you're in. I have no idea how I might just mess around with some GA stuff. Okay, alright. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while, just do touch and goes or whatever. I like doing the flights, the long flights. Well, not too long of a flight, because if I were to sit here and do 6-7 hour flights every night, my wife would kill me. I'm very limited on how often I can get on and stream. So typically I'll do my streams around the time that she gets home. How often? Usually at least once a week. Well, see, my days off just changed to Saturday, Sunday. So I think what I'm going to start doing is streaming Saturday afternoon around 3 in the afternoon Pacific time. So East Coast time, that would be 6 p.m. And then Sundays, it's just going to depend on when I jump in. But just turn on your notifications. You'll be able to see when I'm streaming. But definitely Saturdays or Sundays is when I'm going to be streaming. So we're leveling out at our cruising altitude of 270. I'm just going to go ahead and get it set up for our descent, that we will be descending here shortly. Alright, cool. So yeah, 3 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time is when I will be streaming. Do you stream as well, Avocado Flight? Well, you know, when I first started streaming, like I said, I've only been streaming for about 3 weeks to a month, so don't think of me as an expert. But I was the same way. I would get on here and I'm like, okay, so I'm flying or I'm playing a game. Nobody's watching me. What do I do? Almost like, what do I do with my hands? But, you know, I would sit here and I would just tell stories, talk about what I'm doing and things like that. And, you know, in the hopes that somebody would pop into the stream, because I didn't want if somebody check your altitude. I didn't want if somebody popped into the stream that I didn't, you know, I wouldn't have anything to say. So I was constantly talking. But yeah, that's how it was when I first started streaming. I was just constantly talking the whole time in hopes that, you know, people would pop in, and that way, if they did pop in there, I wasn't just sitting there awkwardly, like staring at a screen. I think I might try this. I think I might try sitting in the first officer seat for now on. I kind of like sitting over here. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to watch them as well. I usually watch them to get tips on how to do my stream. So we're still proceeding on to Washington Dulles. Looks like we got 169 nautical miles till we get there, so not a bad flight. I've been in the Air Force for 19 years. I have one more year until I'm eligible to retire. Yeah, long time. Came in straight out of high school. Nah, I've been all over the world. I just recently got to California 6 years ago. He said he was about to get off, but he's literally still on. Whatever. Whatevs. He didn't feel like talking to anybody. There you go. Now he finally got off. I'm talking about DC Center. He was saying that he was about to get off and he was still on, and now he's finally off. Yeah, I still got a little bit left. So yeah, just I'll be here when you get back. So we should be starting our descent here momentarily into Washington Dulles. Wasn't a bad flight, wasn't a bad takeoff at all out of there. Too bad, since we got in the air, Washington or DC Center had to log off, so really have nobody to talk to right now, but it's all good. It was a short flight. Just wanted to do a little short one before I went to bed. So about 38 nautical miles will be hitting the waves waypoint. I didn't realize our VNAV had switched off on me. So my VNAV doesn't want to kick back on? What's going on here? There it goes. That was weird. I don't know why my VNAV didn't want to kick on for a second, but it's on now. Course is 186. So we should be on the ground at Washington Dulles, Washington Reagan Airport here shortly. We're currently descending down. Should be on the ground here shortly. Really appreciate y'all hanging out here with me as we make our way to Washington, D.C. And we're flying the PMDG 737 NGX 900 into Washington today with the United livery on it. And we should be on the ground here momentarily. See, we have a couple more people popping in to watch the stream. I want to say welcome to the lair. We are flying the PMDG 737 NGX 900, and we're flying from Charlotte Douglas into Washington Dulles, or Washington Reagan Airport. And we have started our descent. We should be on the ground here momentarily. About 55 nautical miles out from the airport. Hey, appreciate it there, UPS 187. And yeah, hopefully it's a good stream. UPS 187 just sent me a message on VATSIM, so I guess he's watching the stream. So really appreciate that there. The cabin crews letting passengers know that we are about to be on the ground, or that we're descending, not about to be on the ground, but that we're descending. Alright, let's go back to the captain's seat. So we are still proceeding down via the Star. Everything seems to be working like it's supposed to be. You know, the VNav, it messes with me sometimes because when it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and sometimes it'll sit at a altitude or whatever, or a speed, and I'm looking at the CDU and it's saying that it should be at a different altitude. I'm like, what's it doing? Is it not working properly? But then it'll kick in and start doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I'm like, okay. So sometimes it messes with me. I like how the sun is reflecting off the wingtip there. I use a stick. I have the Logitech throttle and stick. Alright, so we're about to hit 10,000 feet here shortly. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip on our landing lights before I forget. And the aircraft should slow itself down to 250 knots. Let's look at this. I want to make sure it's not going to miss. There it goes. It's slowing down to 250 knots now. And I'm actually going to set the heading, turn this way, because we are getting close to the airport according to the route here. Weather engine, I use Rex. And it just gives me the textures. It doesn't really change it. I wish it did like a real-time update with the weather, but yeah, I just use Rex. Yeah, but yeah, I just use Rex. Yeah, it's showing 299 or 2, which would be a clear day, but yeah, definitely not. We got clouds. I hate the fact that the built-in FSX weather update doesn't work anymore. And I found that out just the other day. I was trying to set it to where it would automatically update the weather, and yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. It looks like it's going for like $39, so I might actually pick that up. Sorry, my dog's in there barking. I got a little ankle biter who thinks she's bigger than what she really is, and she wants to bark at everything. Alright, so I'm about to manually land this thing. I don't know why the aircraft didn't want to connect to the on sale right now through Steam 14. Oh crap. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to buy it. So yeah, I gotta manually land this thing. I don't know why the aircraft didn't want to connect to the glide slope, but we'll just land it ourselves. No biggie. I've done many a manual landing, so I think we'll be good. That song was messing with me. It sounded like my engines were speeding up. I'm like, no, I don't want you to speed up. Our frame rates are really sucking right now, though. Oh, we got an aircraft there. Like we gotta go around, try that again, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check Active Sky out. So we had to abort our landing there. Looks like an aircraft was on the runway. And that's what happens when you don't type in That's what happens when you don't type in the daggone advisory channel like you're supposed to. Letting people know what you're doing. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, he was on the daggone runway. I'm on final. But it's all good. We'll just come around and try it again. Hey, there's DC right there behind us. My frame rates are sucking right now. I have a NVIDIA GTX 1070, I want to say. I'm also running i7 770 processor, and then 250 gigabyte, 250 gigabyte solid state drive, and then 20 gigs of RAM. But I've tried every tweak possible to make this thing run smooth, and I don't know what it is. I'm thinking that I've upgraded my my memory, upgraded my video card. Only thing I haven't upgraded is the processor. So I'm thinking if I go with a i7 7700, I should be good. Yes, it is. Big one. Like, I can play GTA with no lag whatsoever. Like, it looks smooth as heck. But FSX, because as soon as I got the 1070 video card, I was like blown away with how GTA looks. So I was like, wow, if GTA looks like this, then FSX should look amazing. Wrong. I got an FSX and I was still getting like choppy frame rates, and I'm like, what the heck? So we're going to try this landing again. Go ahead and turn base. I like manually breaking it though. But yeah, I'll go ahead and set it. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Sorry, I'm just focusing, making sure nothing is going to come popping out at me off this runway, since people aren't communicating via VATSIM like they're supposed to. So I'm wondering if FS 2020 is going to be as labor intensive on a CPU as FSX is. So we're good. Landing gears down. Flaps. Flaps are good. Spring brake set auto. Outer marker. Yeah, I think it will. I think it will. Because for it to look that amazing and be able to do all the functions and everything, it's going to eat up the GPU and the CPU. GPU, CPU, and your RAM. And that might just be to get trash FPS. Okay, what's your average FPS you get? Hundred frames per second. Only time I get 100 frames per second if I'm not connected to VATSIM. If I'm not streaming, I might be able to get 100 frames per second. But on average, I get, like right now, I'm probably getting maybe low 20. Alright guys, so we are at the gate. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the flaps. The flaps are gonna come up, and once they're up, I'm gonna, actually I can go ahead and, nope, I can't, I gotta wait till I stop engines. So let's see, GPU is still running. Let's go ahead and get the ground connections, wheels chalked, connect that, and let's shut these engines off and request for the I stop the engines. You really think so? The PMDG slows it down? 6. Whatever, I don't care who handles it right now. Huh. Alright guys, so we made it to Washington Dulles. The baggage team and everybody's gonna come over and start doing what they need to do. Go ahead and request deboarding, and I'm gonna open up the doors for them so that they can download the baggage. So I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me during this stream. We had to abort our landing due to an aircraft on the runway, but we're here at Washington Dulles, so really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. If you enjoyed the stream, please consider hitting that follow button and turn on the notifications to see when I'm going to be streaming again in the future. As of right now, it looks like I'm going to be streaming mainly Saturday afternoons. 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, looking forward for y'all to hang out with me again, and y'all have a good one.